And we're live on Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. Let me know if the music is too loud, and I will go ahead and lower it. What's up, Ben? What's up, Cart? How are you guys? What's up, Rabbit and Whiffle? How's everybody? Good to see you, Rabbit. It's been a while. Welcome to the stream. Music is fine? Okay, cool. I don't like how my map is going, or looking on the ground, so I'm gonna fix it. How does that look? Let's see. I think that looks pretty good. Looks better than before. Then you don't see my ugly floor. Let's see. Need a piece of paper. I have a random piece of paper in my room. Oh, hey, here's a random piece of paper. Pretty good random piece of paper. There we go. What's up, Wilson? How are you? Wait, you're on the ground? Yes, I'm sitting on the floor. This map is too big for me to sit anywhere else. First stream, how do these things usually go? Well, we start out with some lore a little bit, and then we play a game together. Now, the game is a little bit, complicated to understand at first, so I'm gonna wait until we get to the game to actually, you know, do it, to explain it. Trisker Hermes, what is up? How are you? Trisker, yeah, Trisker. How's it going? What don't you like about it? My ugly carpet. That's what I don't like about it. Really good? What's up, Sunny? Sunny side of the cards. Sunny side? Sunny? What's up? How are you? I put on my headphones for this. Hey, that sounds pretty serious if you ask me. Hi, good, how are you? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I'm excited for this stream. We had a whole bunch of followers after my last few posts, so there are quite a few new people here. If this is for Destins. Yes. Is this for Destins? Yes, Destins are, yes, today. Your mic is very quiet, or is that just me? I just did a check and it sounds fine to me. You might just have to raise your volume. It could also just be your... Yeah, I don't know. You might just have to raise your volume. YouTube likes to do stuff. So... Yeah. Ethan, ASMR coming when? We've been asking for like 2 years, but I did it pretty... no, I did it for like a minute and I decided I hated it, so yeah. Cookie Otter and who else? Pugs. You both don't hear the audio. Can you just not hear anything? Rabbit says it's fine. Let me go onto YouTube real quick and watch it. Your mic here is here. Your mic is fine here on Insta. Good. So I think it's probably just you guys. I'll give it a listen myself. Just to double check. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. So it's probably just your guys's. You can hear good? Okay. Rabbit says it's fine. Yeah, I like have any say in the matter. I mean, you are a mod, so I mean, I guess that gives you a little bit of authority on the matter. By the way, who is fighting tonight? We have Drœnland and Des. Very exciting. We have quite a few new Decians. So everybody who is watching, if you don't know, I have a Discord. Link is in my bio, where you guys can join your faction, take part in quests, become commanders, earn influence for your faction, etc. And that does come in play if we have too many people today, which I don't think we will have too many people, but if we do have too many people, influence does have a big say over the games. So if you want to join your faction, go join it in the Discord. I try to be as active over there as I can. I haven't been very active recently because of the holidays, but 2026, we'll see. Which faction leaders are required here? Drønland and Des. So, I mean, Chahar, you don't have to stick around, but if you want to, be glad to have you. So not me. No, not you. Okay, I will join. Awesome. You don't have Discord? That's too bad. Discord's not needed for this. So, yeah. Don't worry about it. If you don't have Discord, don't want to join Discord, totally fine. Everybody is included. Shame. Yeah, shame. Come on, Chahar. I'm forgetting your Golthak, that's right. Come on, Golthak. Can I be a random guy that kamikazes into enemy lines? Sure. I mean, sure. Hi, Shroom, how are you? Just for today? Sure, you can, just for today, you can be a kamikaze Chaharian running through Gendron up into the northern wastes of Des, and then you can die. Well, we can do that. That sounds fine. Alright, we got quite a few people joined in, so I'm going to... I'm awake, so I may as well make the most of it. Was about to ask, what are you doing? I'm sitting here on the floor. So, anyways, I'm gonna start off with the lore. Can I have a rabbit island? I deserve it. What did you do to deserve it, island? Rabbit, I mean. What did you do? You haven't been here in months. Okay. Trisker Hermes. I'm going to start because I'm gonna keep getting distracted. So I'm gonna pause looking at your guys' messages. Go ahead and keep sending messages. I'll get to them. I have been here for a fair few months now. Since July, I'm pretty sure, actually. I thought you were here longer than that. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I'm guessing I don't have to do anything this time? No, you're fine. You don't have to do anything. I moderate. You moderate when? That's the question. How do you protect the paper from creases and tears? Funny story, I don't. There's a tear right here. Let's see. Yep, you can kind of see it. There's a tear right here, and I don't want to agitate it, but there's a tear there, and then there's a tear down at the bottom of the map down there. So, yeah. Who is the desk leader? The desks don't have a leader right now, and in fact, until yesterday, we had 0 desks. Do not burn up if you... I am not burning a hole in it. I do not want to burn a hole in this map. I've been here since your 7th live. Okay, sure, but how many times have you showed up, you know? You're a mod, but to what extent? Okay, I'm going to stop reading chat just for a few minutes while I read this. Does the music need to be turned up? Do I need to add more atmosphere, or is it okay? Is it loud enough, or does it need to be louder? I will look at chat now because I need answers. I'm coming for your map. More passion, more energy, louder. I think we need it to go louder. At least I have showed up. At least half I've shown up to. You're so mean. I don't know. I've streamed every week for the past couple months. So. Rabbit, you're just a slacker. Come on, man. Okay. How's this? Let's see. Let's do a little test. Alright, that sounds loud enough. Let me know if it's too high. Or why am I not a mod? Because you didn't beg me for hours about being a mod. If we remember correctly, Rabbit did change his profile picture to one of my maps to become a mod. So, I mean, get that much dedication and you might become a mod. Okay. The Great Ice has always been called the Great Ice. Back in the days of the Elder Race, it was a place of immense beauty, yet still ice. Ice covered the great northeast of Atos from the forming of Atos, down through the histories of man and the coming of the Des. The Des brought the ice further south, but that was before the awakening of man. So all through his histories, man knew only ice and cold in the north. The drones ventured northwards, founding their great clan in the cold embrace of the northern empires, or northern mountains. But few others, aside from the ice people, dwelt in the northern wastes. 2 races, the north was home to. To 2 races, the north was home. None know the origin story of the Des, aside from the oldest and most learned of the Des. But even many of the first had left the confines of civilization and now wandered north of the north, where dragons dwelt and men rarely trod, leaving very few who knew the lores. Now, I want to pause real quick and tell you guys, when I make the subtitles for my videos, I have Premiere Pro auto subtitle them, and then I go through and edit them, and it always translates deaths as deaths, like DEATHS. So, begging commence in 3. So yeah, that's funny. Hey, what's up, Mithril? How's it going? Alright, back to the story after that minor interruption. The Des were a small race, not many lived, and those who lived in solitude. But in almost every Des was instilled the desire for knowledge, the desire to know all that one could. Life in Des was quiet. Very few words were passed, and most that were passed were written in books and scrolls. Very little movement did they make, tending to stand long, dark hours in the snow in deep sleep, or even deeper contemplation. They were the definition of stoic, but across the border, the tale was almost the exact opposite. The Vikings of Drœnland were pillagers. The ice offered little in terms of food, only the warm venison from caribou and mutton from the frost sheep they kept in flocks. Their riches came from pillaging and subjugating the southern towns and countries, but after the dark days, the countrymen of Drønland suffered the most. They were forgotten in their impenetrable northern fortresses, left to starve as the south put up great battlements to stave off brigands and Vikings, to defend against the remaining dark forces of Atos. The Des had little to offer. The Gendroni only rationing rotting food. The Chaharians were too strong to invade, and the Black Waste at Taealar was surrounded by mountains and hills filled with outposts and scouts. Oops, I didn't mean to knock my mic. And the Black Waste was protected by a dark, dreadful, yet sleeping power. The Drønlandi were locked inside a prison of ice and snow with no food for themselves. Yet their hearts were made of an even harder ice, harder than that of the skin of the Des. They would not give up. They built up strict stores of meat, cooled in the snow or cured for the masses to eat upon request. Snowberries and potatoes were scavenged from the earth, and they built farms as best they could to accommodate for the food. Slowly, patiently, hungrily, the Drønlandi, united under one ruler, built a thriving economy. Solitary in the north, still forgotten. But they wanted more. Every winter reminded them they wanted more. So they ventured forth from their borders to claim what they thought rightfully theirs, the ancient lands of the Drønlandi Empire. Sending forth armies in every direction, the Drønlandi began their crusade. I'm going to pause to check chat, make sure it's not overflowed. Yes, Mr. Beanbox, what's up? What's your question? I am glad to answer questions. Can I have a dot that we call Rabbit's Island at least? Sure, I'll put you in the Zeda Islands. How did you first get into drawing, and in particular with fantasy maps? Great question. So, I don't know. I really liked maps for a very long time, and I think my first kind of official fantasy map was for a board game I made called Journey to the Unknown, where I created a very rudimentary, very bad fantasy map, but it kind of started the whole fantasy map thing. And then a few years later, I started writing a book, and I needed a map for it, and so I drew a map. It was better than the board game map. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep drawing maps. So I just kept drawing maps. And over, let's see, what was that? Oh, we're at 4 years now? Jeez. Yeah, 4 years of drawing maps. And here we are. I've improved a lot. It's really fun. How did you come up for the names of all the areas? I don't know. I kind of just make a random array of letters that fit the culture of the country, and then I fix it until I like it. Taealar, to this day, I regret naming Taealar. It does not fit the culture. So, yeah. Chahar fits better. Gendron, Dylan, and Alân Khûl. I'm very Happy with that. Drønland. Des, I don't really like Des that much. It's an okay name. Zeda, pretty good. Taealar though, I don't like Taealar. I wish I named it something else, but it's rot and ink, so don't have another choice. But yeah, essentially I just take letters, forming them to what I think the culture speaks, their language, what they value, and come up with a name. I don't know why I chose Taealar, but you know, there we go. Okay. What does a human do when they are in hard moments in life? What should I do? That is a deep question. You should ask somebody of better authority than me. Yeah, you should definitely ask someone more closer to you. I personally go to Jesus Christ for when I'm struggling. So yeah. Rest now. I'm ready for war. Awesome. Let me continue. Spin the wheel. Wheel? Oh, for names? Yeah, no, that's funny. I mean, I could. That would actually be really funny, just to spin a wheel, and then randomize a letter, and then I spin another wheel, and then I get another letter, and I just make this random string of letters. Okay, I'm getting distracted. Back to the story. The Drønlandi Vikings were sent first to invade Ima Turida, to carve a path through their lands to capitalize on the southern wars. Then other armies sent to Des. The Des Ice Rangers, young, restless Des who wanted to constantly be on the move, roamed the borders and lands of Des, watching for the possibility of an invasion or to map the lands. They roamed alone, or in small groups, and one day a group on the northern border spotted the Drønlandi forces marching on the plains of Alkiena. The group consulted amongst themselves. They looked down upon the might of spears and axes of the Drønlandi, their battle garb, high helmets crowned with horns of dragons, caribou, and goats, furs draped over their leather armor and mail. They had to thwart an invasion before it got to their capital. Some of the rangers set off down the steep hill with immense speed, swords and clubs of ice in hand, as the others sprinted off for the capital to alert the leaders. And so this begins the battle. We are going to let's see here. The battle is a little bit difficult, or not difficult. The rules are a little bit difficult to understand, but trust me, now I need to zoom in way far for this. Okay, there we go. That should be good. Alright. And then, let's see. So, everybody who is a Des or a Drønlandi, please drop your faction name into the chat so that I know who's who. And then yeah, we can get to explaining the game. Des. Okay, we got one Decian. Do we only have one Decian? Is that all we got? Alright, now out of curiosity, everybody drop your faction. I'd love to know. Do we need to be in the Discord to participate? No, you do not have to be in the Discord. You're free to just play along in chat. That's what I try to do is no matter what platform you're on, you're allowed to participate. Is there a Discord? There is a Discord. Check out the link in my bio. And there's a Discord with all the factions. You can join all the factions, and yeah. Oh yeah, there are also weekly quests. You can earn influence points for your faction. Alân Khûl. Who are the firearm people again? Firearm people? Oh, the rifle people. Oh yeah. Taealar. There are 3 other deaths in the Discord, but they are offline. There's other deaths in the Discord? Now I need to go look at my Discord. Deaths. Oh geez, there are other people in Deaths. I didn't know that. That's awesome. For the longest time, Deaths was a sad, dead faction. Now we have people, and I'm happy. I forgot how to spell Taealar. I mean, yeah. See, this is another reason. Taealar is so hard to spell. Like, who instinctively spells Taealar Taealar, you know? And I'll be in Drønland. Ooh. Alright. Pugs is from Drønland, and Trisker is from Des. This works out pretty cool, pretty well, pretty awesomely, wonderfully. Wow, welcome everybody who just joined my Discord. There's quite a few of you. Glad to see you, glad to have you. Can't wait to hear about your guys' characters. Alright. I just published my next D&D video, how to roleplay after a long couple hours of editing. So it's nice to catch your stream. Hey, that's awesome. Hope your video does well, Mithril. I know how editing goes. It's not fun. Alright, so Pugs and Trisker? Was it Trisker? Trisker. Yeah, Pugs and Trisker. Let's see here. You guys get to pick the color of your character. I use Lego squares for the stand-ins for characters because I'm too lazy to 3D print something. So, I'll go a Viking for money. What? Oh, you'll go, oh, like, bribe you? Green? Dude, no. True. You're not... you're not in, Des. Or Drønland. Green and blue. Okay, Trisker and Pugs. I don't know. Okay, bye-bye. No, you come back here. You're not allowed to leave. Pugs. Let's see. Green. Pugs is green. So, Drønland is on this side. Des is on this side. So, guys, I'm still trying to work through how exactly this game is working. It's a little bit difficult, so bear with me, and if it's boring, you tell me. If you get bored anywhere throughout this stream, tell me, and we can come up with something together. Yeah, like mercenary work. I see. All right. So yeah, if you get bored during this game, let me know. I'll read you my backup lore, and then yeah. All right. Excuse me. So how this works is Trisker and Pugs, I want you both to create a character for me. So tell me what your character is about. Tell me a good short little origin story. Tell me what kind of weapons they use, what they look like, those kind of things. And from that, I'll create some stats for you, for your character. Quick stats. I'll write them up. And then those will be your stats for the rest of this game. From this stream onwards until the end of this map series. Oh no, chat disconnected. Okay, chat's back. And so just so you know, everybody, you are also going to pick or create a character when you join in on one of your factions battles. So, yeah. I'm not leaving you guys out. Just leaving you out for this specific episode. You'll be back in the future. I mean, you're free to create a character. And actually, if you guys want to create a character, I'd be happy to write up your stats real quick. Hello, sorry for coming so late. I haven't been feeling great. Oh no, I'm sorry. Hope you feel better. And don't worry about coming late. How should it follow the lore of the nation the character comes from? Does Drønland prefer a specific type or style of combat? Well, the character, you can create a character however you want. You can give them whatever you want. I can, if I think something is way too not lore friendly, then I'll let you know and you can change it. But essentially, you're kind of free to do whatever. So yeah, this is awesome. I'm currently reading through the handbook. I need to update the handbook. I didn't do it this year or this season. So, by the way, this is a great moment to mention the seasons. Every 30 days, is it 30 days? Yeah, every 30-ish days, I think, I come out with a new season. So the Days of Ice and Snow, this is season 4. Season 5 is coming out on January 13th, I think. Every 30 days, every 30 weekdays. I don't count the weekends in this series. I take a break from the map on the weekends. So if you're ever wondering why I didn't post on the weekends, that's why. But, so yeah, every 30 days is a new season. Influence earned from quests resets every 30 days. And every 30 days I add 1 or 2 new factions, maybe 3. And yeah, and then we have like 6 live streams that we focus on lore as spread out across. Is there somewhere to create a character? Not really. You can just write something in here in chat. You can also write it in Discord in character intros. Honestly, it doesn't matter. It's up to you. Hey, what's up, Pablo? How are you? Edward Smith. Colon. Oops, wasn't done yet. That's the name though. Works out fine. Edward Smith, that's an interesting name for Drønland. I can dig it though. So yeah. This is the second to last live stream for this season. Yeah. Hopefully, I don't remember. Oh yes, I do remember. Ooh, I'm actually really looking forward to next season. So, you know, I got overwhelmed with my first time in the Discord, so I'm taking a break. Hey, no worries. I get it. There's a lot there. I should probably remove a lot of the stuff in there, so, you know. It's a little bit busy. By the way, is the character I made not lore accurate anymore after you said ice people couldn't reproduce? I would have to look at it again. Is it on the Discord? I just found you through YouTube Shorts today, so I'm playing catch up. Hey, it's okay. It's a little bit complicated. It is very complicated, in fact. I have a lot of lore. You don't know how many thousands of years of lore I have written. So, you know, don't worry, guys. If we don't get to the battle today, I'm not worried about it. I have backup lore written just in case we don't get to the battle. If you guys are overwhelmed, let me know, and I'd be happy to give you some inspiration or whatever. Don't worry about it. A desk that uses a spear. Name Santa. Job commander. Well, currently, okay, so here's how the commander things work. So, in the game, you guys start as just a regular schmegular person. Or a regular soldier. You guys can become commanders through my Discord by participating in the weekly quests. Now what that does for you is it mostly just calls you a commander so that you can get a guaranteed spot in the game if we have too many people. That normally does not happen, so whoever's in chat, you'd automatically pretty much get a space. So everybody who doesn't want to be on the Discord, don't worry. I also have a way that people in chat randomly will get picked if there are too many people to be in the game. But that has not happened thus far. It's just a backup in case. Deaths that uses a spear named Santa. Job commander. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. Would you say that you're a very standard desk? Do you have a specific skill that is very unique to yourself? Yeah. Any sort of those things, or do I just kind of need to use some creative liberty? Edward Smith. Edward was a hunter in his village before being drafted to join the army. He is experienced with a bow and knife and knows how to forage, but is inexperienced in close fights. Ooh, this is an interesting one. I like this one. This will be interesting to come up with some stats for it. Yeah, I wrote it on the Discord. Okay, let me look through the Discord real quick. So if you want it to be lore accurate, is it Jacob or Jacob? If it's Jacob, or is it Jacob? It looks like Jacob. So yeah, he was not born. He kind of just crawled out of the ice. And he's pretty much a whole bunch of 100 years old. He probably, I mean, everybody in Gendron is kind of a sibling. These are just things, like, you can keep this if you want, but it's, if you want it to be lore accurate, then, yeah, there are some things you can change. But, as far as I'm concerned, it really doesn't matter that much. So, yeah, just up to you. It doesn't matter. Okay. Jacob, that's what I thought. Alright, let's see here. Howdy. Found you through Instagram. I'm a Drician. Is it a Decian? Drician. Who's Drician? What do you need from me, General? Drician. Yeah, what's a Drician? Are you a Decian or are you a Drœnlandi? Also, welcome. Okay, higher than average speed. Ooh, okay. So, we'll say you're tall, lanky, average, higher than average speed. Sorry, Decian. Awesome. So, Wilfred, pick a color. You'll take part in the battle today. I'll catch you up in a minute, Wilfred. I just need to write some stats down real quick. I'm writing who now? Santa? Okay, Santa, you have 5 hit points, but, let's see. 5 hit points, but, they have, well, no, we'll do 7 hit points, but they all have to be dealt within 1 blow. No, we'll go 10 hit points, 1 blow. So you essentially can't die. Mostly. Movement, your movement is going to be really high. Gonna have a movement of 3, sounds pretty good. You're gonna have an attack of, probably a lower attack of 2, just because of your, well, yeah, your spear is gonna be more defense. Let's go red. Alright, cool. What's up, Russian Bear? How's it going? Okay, let's see here. Higher than average speed, uses a spear. Yeah, we'll go with an attack of 2, a range of 2, an agility of, let's see. Is 3 really agile? I forget. Yeah, 3 is really agile. So, Santa. These are your stats. So, your health is 10, but it has to be dealt in 1 blow. Movement is speed, attacking is 2, range is 2, agility is 3. Just keep these in mind. You don't know what it is for yet. It's very confusing. I'm sorry. I'm really all over the place. Just bear with me. Okay, now we'll do Edward Smith. Oops. Edward, you, it's a Drønlandi. This will be interesting. Let's see. Drafted to join my army. His experience with the bow and knife. You're probably going to be pretty squishy, I'm going to say, so. We'll go with, you have a health of 6, movement of 1, attacking of 4, I think. You have an attacking of 4, ranged, and 2 melee. And is inexperienced in close fights. Range 4, 2 melee. I think that's pretty good. Your range will do you really long. We'll go with 5 for range, and your agility is going to be lower just because you do have a pretty good attack and range. So you're going to have a range, or sorry, an agility of 1. You're not going to be, well, to join his experiment. Was a hunter. Nah, you seem like a 2. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry. I will explain it very shortly. Back to let's see. Okay, Wilfred, are you still there? You are still there. So here's how this works. So you are a Decian, and you pick a I should really create a rulebook for this. So we have this game where you create a character. No, okay, that's what we'll do. We'll go through this step by step, Wilfred. So Wilfred, please give me like a character. So you're a Decian, right? Oh, also, so far, everybody who's just joining and who does not know the lore, the Drønland are far in the north. They want to invade the south. The Decians are far in the north, and they kind of want to just stay solitary and get a lot of knowledge because they can't reproduce and they like the way that they are. The Drønland are going to Des, and they have invaded, and the Decians are defending. So, that is the backstory. Wilfred, give me your character. You can change it whenever. It's okay. If you change it, let me know and I'll update your stats. But just tell me a little bit of your character's origin story, kind of what weapons they use, yeah, those kind of things. Maybe what kind of skills your character has. I was working on that, thanks. What are you working on? I'm not very good at keeping up with chat, I'm sorry. Should I put it in the Discord? You can put it in the Discord, in character intros, or you can put it here in the chat. It does not matter. Did you ever look back to see what my weapon was? No, but if I remember correctly, it was a whip that was made out of fungi or something. I did not look back. I forgot about that. I think it was a whip made out of fungus. That's what I think it is. Ron Drønland is a farmer of Anŷn. Absolutely no fighting knowledge. Good with animals. Ooh, this will be an interesting one. Whose null time it is? Yes, it cringe. Null time, yes, it cringe. Who's that? Who's Roan? Mathis Chardonnay. Oh, this is an interesting name for Des. All right. Oh, null time. Yeah, duh, of course. Okay, cool. What's up? It's a cool character intro. I like it. It gives me some ideas for objectives I can make for this game. He's adapted, 4'10", Danny DeVito-esque. Okay, cool. Well, hold up. So, you can be adopted, that's fine. Just so you know though, Des do not reproduce. They've just always existed, essentially. You can keep it. You're fine to keep that. Just saying. So I'll go ahead and while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and start explaining what is actually happening. So, the goal of this game, I need to create objectives for the future games, but for this specific match, your goal is to eliminate the other team. How this specific game is going to work is the Drønlandi side, green, is going to have 2 turns in a row, and Des will get 1 turn and then 1 turn every other turn. So Wilfred will get the first, Mathis, will get the first turn, and then Trisker will get the second turn, etc. This is to simulate there being hordes of Vikings. And so how this works is how your guys' stats works is you have health, movement, attacking, range, and agility. So we'll start with your health. You guys have a certain amount of health points between 5 and 10 normally. That's normally, depending on, you know, what your character does. Your movement is per square. So 1, 2, 3. That is 3 movement. 1. You cannot move diagonally. You can only move horizontally and vertically. Next is attacking. This is how much damage you deal. There are also modifier dice. So when you're defending, you'll get a blue die, and when you're attacking, you'll get a red die, and you'll roll them, and then you'll do the red die minus the blue die. So in this case, it's a red die, blue die. Red of 1, blue of 2, so -1. Negatives are ignored, so it doesn't add any modifiers to your attack. So your attack will be X plus modifier dice. Your range is how far you can attack. So at a range of 5, you can attack this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you have a range of 2, you can only attack within 1, 2 squares, 1, 2 diagonally, 1, 2 up, etc. Agility is how agile you are at getting over obstacles. We don't have any obstacles this time. Sometimes I add obstacles to dissuade people from moving. If the obstacle can be averted, you can roll a dice to see how if you get over it. If you have a 1, you can't get over it. If you have a 2, you might be able to get over it, and if you have a 3, you're most definitely going to be able to get over an obstacle. Do you have any questions so far? So would it be base damage plus or minus the outcome of the dice? Plus only. Negatives are ignored. So in this case, it's just going to be a 0. Let's see. I'll do a different case. A 5 and we'll go with 3. So that difference is 2. So then it's base damage plus 2 in this case. So yes, you're correct. Just except for the negatives. I might change it to including the negatives in the future. Kind of depending on how these games go. I haven't been able to do much testing. There haven't been many people in the streams, so be back soon. All right, no worries. So yeah. All right, so the next part is kind of the goal of the game. Essentially, your goal is to try and eliminate all of the other characters. This game, I'm actually gonna yeah. Wilfred, let's see. Did you put it in the Discord? You might have. You did. Adopted Desi and Circus owner. Circus owner, interesting. Okay, sick. So, Wilfred, I'll go ahead and make your character. Let's see, what is it? Mathis. Okay, you, Mathis, are going to have we're gonna put you at 11 and 12 in one blow. For health. Movement, you're going to be pretty slow since you are a little bit on the shorter side. Attacking, you're going to be a little bit stronger. I'm going to put you at probably a 4. Your range, well no, your attack is going to be a 3. Your range is going to be a 3, and your agility is probably going to be a 1. I might raise your, yeah, I'm going to raise your attack to 4. So that is your character stat. You don't need to save it. I have it saved, so don't worry. So you cannot go beyond H, and you cannot go below 7. Yeah. I didn't cross it out. You're not allowed to go outside of H7. Do you guys understand? Do you have any more questions? Did I do a decent job explaining everything, or is it bad? I should really simplify this game. I need to think about it a little bit more, how I can simplify it. But also make it a little bit more interesting instead of just these cubes and a grid and stats. So that seems like kind of boring. When you say damage them, it has to bring them below 2-0 in one go, or does that mean in one turn or in one roll of the attack? So, to destroy them in one blow, you have to deal that amount of damage in one roll. So let's say you have a base damage of 4. You would have to get 6, which is impossible, to deal that much damage. So, you know, 2, you're now doing just a 6. So, you know, I could maybe add a way to allow multiple people to gang up on one person and do 10 in one roll. I think that could be a possibility, but since you as Drønland are only one person, you'll only get that one blow. That one. Well, no, actually, no, you don't, because you do have the 2 turns, so you probably could stack them. Yeah, I'm gonna allow you to stack them since you are just one person versus 2. Did great. I wasn't listening at the time, but you did great. Hey, that's fine. So yeah, I'm gonna allow you to stack them since you are one person, so you'll have 2 turns to do whatever. Oh yes, also the turns. In each turn you get 2 things to do. You can move and you can attack. You can do them in any order. You can split movement and between your attack. You just cannot move diagonally. Let's see, do I have any extra rules? Oh yes, you have a dying attack that you can do if you die and you have not taken your turn yet. You are allowed to take a dying attack. Attack bonuses. Yep. No diagonals. There we go. You're back. Awesome. Welcome back. Any more questions before we get started? You know what? We're just going to get started, and then we can figure it out as we go. So, as the attackers, can attacks move diagonally? Nope, there are no diagonals. Possible ban evader monitoring. I need to. How do I ban this person? Report. Ban evasion. How do I can't. Oh, this is ban. There we go. Alright. We don't need that trash in my chat. So yeah, Des, you're going to attack first since you are the attackers. We are going to see who goes first. Blue. Who's blue? Is it Trisker? Okay. Trisker, you are going to go first. You can do anything. You can do 2 things. You can move and you can attack. Your movement is on. Let's see your movement. Where your movement is 3, and your attack is 2. Pugs is green, and Trisker is blue. Hey, we hit 40 followers. What's up? That's cool. Can I go to D2? Let's see here. I need to pull up my stats real quick. Double check. Santa. Movement D2. Yes. And you have a range of 2. So you cannot hit Edward right now. Edward, it is your turn. You get to take 2 turns in a row. I'm going to allow you to stack your attacks, but they must happen back to back. So movement can be run down like a bishop. What do you mean? I should change the music. This one's getting a little bit boring. Let's see. Let's change it to some Viking battle music. How about that? I like this one. We'll go with this one. Okay, let me know if that's too quiet or too loud. If you continue with stats, is there a way to display them on screen? Either that or posting the rules per race fighting in that battle. I probably am overcomplicating it. If you continue with stats, is there a way to display them on screen? Posting them on the screen is a good idea. I don't know what posting the rules per race fighting in a battle means necessarily. So would the ranged attack be able to hit the blue right now, or would I have to be in the same rank or file? Nope, you can't. So you can attack diagonally, you just have to take that amount of spaces vertically and horizontally. So you can go, you could attack, let's say your attack is 5, you could go 1, 2, 3, 4, and attack right here, or 5. Let's say you want to attack here. You can attack diagonally, you just have to take the proper amount of vertical and horizontal spaces to get to that point. Putting the stats on the screen is a good idea. It's putting me to sleep. It's putting you to sleep. Are you bored? I'm not going to take your boredism as a thing to end this game, because we all know, and I'm just kidding, we don't all know, but I know. Okay, let's see here. Santa, Edward, and Mathis. Okay, let's see where's... How do I edit? How do I edit this? I forget. Is that... Oh, no. I go into here. Bingo. There we go. Okay. And I don't even know how to say that word. Okay. Okay, then we move this to the top, assumably. Yes. And then we have stats. There are your guys'... Oh, wait, you don't even see them yet. There are your guys' stats. If you can't see them, let's go over to YouTube. And it'll take a minute to... Okay, so... okay, so I'll hit both attacks on blue, then move to 8-5. Okay. Both attacks. So, we'll start... what I'm going to do for these attacks is when you stack attacks, you take both base damage, combine them, and then you roll one set of dice instead of 2 dice. That way, yeah, that seems the most balanced to me. So let's say Edward, you have a ranged attack of 4, and his out of range, or well, this is a ranged attack. Or ranged, it just means farther out of 1. So range, so 8 is the base, and 0. So you don't do anything to him really, and then move back to 8-5. Okay. Wilfred, who said they were bored? Huh? I thought you. Well, what? Assumably, it's putting me to sleep. Would mean you're bored, you know? Okay, Wilfred, it's your turn to move. You can see your stats on the screen. Hurrah! The heck was that? I meant to say hooray and hurrah at the same time, and it came out really weird. So, yeah, there's your stats are on the screen. You are Mathis. Oh, the song is putting you to sleep? Mathis, Nubby Legs gonna carry him to abstinence. Yelling profanities while I was trying to... Okay, you're not the very silent type of Desian, are you? I love it. Okay. What did you say you're moving? F6. Love it. Okay. Edward, it is now your turn. Wait, they're Legos this time? Yes. I'm not doing the risk pieces anymore because the risk pieces got too complicated, made it too long, and it felt just too boring because I was spending half the time moving around NPCs and then the players were just waiting for the NPCs to take their turns. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I'd rather see you guys play the game instead of me moving around NPCs that don't even have an effect on the game. So, yeah. So, the turn order, since it's a 2v1, it goes blue, green, red, green, blue, green, red, green, blue. So it's always going to be, every other turn is going to be green's turn, and every other turn, blue and red swap. I still keep forgetting to get your figurines, SMH. Yeah, well... Yeah. I really want to 3D print something, but my 3D printers, ugh. 3D printers, if you don't have a 3D printer, 3D printers are annoying. Okay, then I'll move A4, then do both attacks on blue, then move back to A5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cool. So let's do base 8. Right? Yeah. No. Base 8. And jeez, this is annoying. Okay, you get 0 again. And we go back to Santa. I don't like that Santa's not red. It is making me very confused. Also, what does the battleground look like? We in a field, frozen lake, mountain pass, Odessian Walmart parking lot. We are in the middle of the plains of Alkiena, and so it's just a giant frozen plain. There are mountains and hills surrounding the plain, but besides that, that's about it. Is it possible to move onto a square with somebody already on it? Nope, that is an impossibility. Oh yeah, I forgot. Move back to 5. But they're Legos. I mean, whatever. They're Legos. They're supposed to stack. I don't... Shush. Just imagine. Shush. What do you have to shh? I ain't mounting anyone. I ain't mounting anyone. Is it my turn or green's? It is blue's turn. Santa, you. E4. Okay. 1, 2, 3. You don't have a ranged attack, do you? It's pretty low, isn't it? Yeah, 2 range. Okay. Green, it is back to your turn. Get... Oh boy. Oh my gosh. This is fun to watch, you guys. What if Wilfred hopped on my back? I mean, if you want to do that, I guess you can do that, except the dude on your back isn't gonna be able to do much. You're back on. Oh boy. You guys. I'll move to A3 and fire both shots again. Okay. 8 plus... Dude, okay, this is ridiculous. I feel bad for green. Okay, Wilfred, it is your turn. Move to E5 and hop on Santa's back for the extra movement. Okay. You are not allowed to attack while attached to Santa's back. Green, it's your turn. Go ahead and do something. Can you attack? Yes, you can attack Santa. Fire at both legs to topple the Jenga tower, then move to A1. Okay, if you die, then... Okay, if blue dies this time, red, you are not allowed to take another action because you're stunned, so then green gets 2 turns. That is what I'm... That is my ruling. Okay, finally. So we got 8 plus 2 is 10, which actually means that we are finally able to topple the Jenga tower. But hold on. As Santa falls to the ground, almost dying. Hold on. Almost dying. Hold on. Ice against steel. The few Decians fought off the hordes of Vikings till a sudden moment of yelling far off, a loud horn, and the Vikings began to back off. A tall, swarthy Viking clad in a helmet and with the face of a dragon, a heavy mail coat, and a massive bearskin on his back came forward from the horde. His voice was deep, and it shook the snow around them. It seemed like one of the voices of the elders, those who speak with confidence and unheeding strength. "We came in peace, brethren of the ice," he spoke. "See, we have put away our axes and spears. Now if you will return us the favor, or we will have to destroy the indestructible to get to your elders." He jested. Then all of the Vikings surrounding him lowered their arms slowly. Cautiously, the Decian Rangers followed suit. "You are clad in war garment," said one of the Des. "Why?" "We have come as emissaries. Des is but a stop on our way southwards, and we wish to speak with your elders." "Why should we trust you?" "Oh, Decians, who can war against you and still stand by nightfall? Who can destroy that what does not die? We came without fire in our hands, though it is cold upon our bearded faces. We wish to make a treaty with you, our king to yours." The Decians looked long and hard at the massive Viking warrior, almost as tall as they were, yet still smaller. "We will take you." I mean, still smaller, except for the one, what's his name? Wilfred. Mathis. The Decians took the Vikings the rest of the long, cold journey to Terra Sola. Once there, the Drœnlandi began to make their requests plain. They wished the Des to join them in claiming the Southlands for themselves. Decians, Drœnlandi, it is now time for you to discuss amongst yourselves. I will relay messages between Twitch and YouTube since spread across multiple chats, but whatever you say, I will speak out loud, and then you guys, the Des, will decide whether you wish to. No, you're not dead. You're very much alive. You both are alive. So, Drœnlandi, Edward, you place forward your argument for why the Des will join you, and the Des will respond however they wish. Also, if you don't want to put forward a argument, then I am glad to put forward the argument that I wrote myself. More lore accurate, but not quite as fun. So that's always fun. I like having you guys do this. Join us in our expansion south? Question mark. Okay. What do you say to join us in our expansion south? Okay, I'm going to, let's see, remove this. And this I'm going to make this smaller. Get rid of the board. Alright. There's the nice, wonderful map. Green win this. Is that what I'm trying to convince them of? Essentially, yes. I think what I'll do is I'll listen to your guys' arguments, see what you guys reflect, and then I'll read you what I have. And yeah. Maybe I won't read you what I have. Maybe not. Who knows? We'll see. Yeah, just put forward your... Essentially, Drœnland, you want them as allies to go with you south. That's what you're trying to convince them of. And... Des, you're just listening to their request. An unexpected ally, but a this is from Mathis. An unexpected ally, but a welcome one. I'm a businessman. I can only see positive with no war between us. We wish for peace, but also to expand our empire. We want half of all land gained by our joint conquest. Any response, Drœnland? And the lion's share of alcohol and liquor found in raids and sieges. Alright, Drønland agrees. Trisker, if you're here, do you agree to this as well? Do you echo the sentiment? Yes? Alright. So, the Drønlandi and Desian elders talked long into the night. The Des had many questions. Why... at first, the Des had many questions. Why would the Des join the crusade? What use did the Des have of land and spoils of war? Why would the Des mingle with the inferior races of Atos? To what end would the Des aid them? To this, the Drønlandi had one answer: knowledge. Long have the Des cut off the outside world. Long had the world continued in knowledge and civilization, advancing far beyond those in the north. If the Des would aid the Drønlandi, the Des would have access to the crypts and libraries of Ima Turida, the libraries and universities of Taealar and Chahar, to records on war and invention, to every secret in the world hidden under every rock. If Des ruled Atos at the side of Drønland, they would be able to tell every inferior race on Atos to do their bidding and to bring them every lore, every book, every history, every tale. The elders of the Des quieted at the mention of their greatest desire. Ever they wanted to expand their libraries, venture to new territory of knowledge and history. And the elders discussed long, talking to them, talking amongst themselves, wondering whether they should take up the offer. The young rangers of the group thought that they should take up the Drønlandi. They should venture south, claim land, claim the spoils of war, and eventually the Desians agreed. They agreed on these terms. They had little need for land, but they wished for some of the northern lands of Drønland and Ima Turida. And they also requested to get all all knowledge and all tales and all histories, no matter what the Drœnlandi said. And they would have exclusive, unending access to that. To which the Drœnlandi agreed. So yeah, happily the Drœnlandi emissaries agreed and set forth their war plan. Their next stop, Gendron. And so that is the end of the story. I'm to your south. Oh no, Taealar. Yeah. So Taealar is right there. So you're kind of to the southwest of Taealar. A beautiful treaty, if I say so myself. We raise our tankards and joy and merriment to knowledge. Huzzah! And so that is the story for tonight. Drœnland and Des are now allies. So far, Taealar and Alân Khûl are allies. Gendron at Chahar and Anûn are allies. They are fighting here. Ima Turida is fighting against Drønland, and Drønland and Des are now allies, going to Gendron. Zeda is rebelling against Taealar, and that is that. I hope you guys enjoyed it tonight. If you have any ideas for me, please DM me on Discord or on any of my socials. I'd love to hear from you. Can't wait to see you all next week and on Monday. No videos this weekend, as always. But hope you guys have an amazing evening, wonderful weekend, and fantastic week. See you all next time. Peace.